everyone. Our firm has recently adopted the Envision rating system, which has been growing in the field to encourage sustainable design. This system is more of a guidance manual than it is a checklist and entails 5 major categories. These categories are quality of life, leadership, resource allocation, natural world, as well as climate and risk. My co-workers, Tim, Asif, Jake, and myself, Mary, are here to talk to you about specific examples where Envision has prevailed in design in these categories.
The first subtopic in the Envision rating system is the quality of life category. The quality of life category aims to improve the community that will be affected by the piece of infrastructure. Improvements can be seen through new businesses, easy access to transportation, reduced air and sound pollution, enhanced character, and lower risks to the public. A great example of the implementation of the quality of life category is the Alaska Way Bridge Replacement Project. The project replaces the bridge that is currently there with an underground borer tunnel. The tunnel eliminates air and sound pollution above ground caused from the bridge by directing commuter traffic underground. Also, by eliminating the bridge and having traffic flow underground, downtown Seattle is expanded. An expanded downtown also means an open waterfront view that isn't hindered by the old bridge, restored character, and space for new businesses. With an open downtown area, there are more options for people to get around than just by car. Bimodal options will be available above ground since the tunnel is for cars only. Lastly, the underground tunnel improves safety by offering better resistance against earthquakes as the tunnel moves with the earthquakes.
The category of leadership is further subdivided into 3 subcategories. These categories are collaboration, management, and planning. The purpose of this category is to encourage leadership and commitment, sustainability management, long-term monitoring and maintenance, as well as addressing conflicting regulations and policies. A prime example of this category is the New World Trade Center in New York City. For this particular project, architects and structural engineers had to work hand in hand to fulfill the need to have an aesthetically pleasing view to restore what was once a key part of the New York City skyline, while also creating a structure that would be able to withstand the possibility of future attacks. Structural engineers had to also take into consideration the changes that occurred in the International Building Code due to fire codes as a result of the events that occurred on 9/11. As for planning, these engineers and architects had to strive for sustainability by minimizing waste, pollution, and water usage, as well as collaborating between designers and leaders in technology and energy to fulfill the need of the infrastructure.
The next subtopic that we're going to cover under the Envision rating system is resource allocation. To do so, we're going to take a look at the SR 520 floating bridge project located out of Seattle, Washington that crosses Lake Washington. A brief history on the project: there was actually an old original bridge, a floating bridge similar to the one that they would construct, already in place. It was becoming old, unsafe for the community surrounding Seattle. So what they were going to do, build this new bridge and deconstruct the old bridge after moving traffic from the old to the new bridge. So how did they actually properly allocate the resources in a sustainable manner? Well, to start, during construction of the new bridge, they had a couple locations, as you can see here, nearby that were local, that they could produce all of the precast pieces and then barge them up or down the lake. Furthermore, they did a really great job of recycling the old bridge. They recycled everything from the cables to the big pontoons. They actually sank them, creating man-made reefs. Furthermore, they crushed up any of the other concrete that wasn't used for the pontoons. They crushed that up, creating a dry aggregate that could be used in concrete for future projects. That about sums up some of the ways that the SR 520 floating bridge did a great job of sustainably allocating resources under the Envision rating system. We're going to continue on taking a look at the Seattle Floating Bridge Project to take a look at the next subtopic under the Envision rating system, which is the natural world. The natural world focuses on both preventing and preserving just that, the natural world. So how is this done during this project? Well, during the construction of the new bridge, they were able to keep dust down tremendously by the use of water when they were doing a lot of the saw cutting. Furthermore, with the fact that they didn't have much dust floating around in the air, additionally, they really didn't have much runoff from the site. They were to accomplish this by a number of things, mainly the efficient use of a lot of the BMPs. Furthermore, they were able to throw up some sound barrier that would parallel the highway to reduce any sound pollution. This is actually a new aspect to the kind of total design of the bridge. And then lastly, the bridge actually included a stormwater management system. What would happen is all the runoff from the surface of the bridge would be collected. It would be filtered through this system and pushed right back out into the lake, clean, removing any of the pollutants that could come off of the cars or that are already in some of the rainwater. So all in all, the floating bridge project in Seattle does a fantastic job of preserving and protecting the Envision rating system subtopic of the natural world.
The climate and risk category of the Envision rating system aims to assess the emissions and resiliency of a civil project. A project that personifies this climate and risk category of the Envision rating system would be the Dulles International Airport Silver Line Metro Expansion Project, which is set to be completed in 2019. The main intent of the project is to allow passengers to Dulles Airport to get to the airport with another means of transportation other than either bus or by car. This has major benefits to the climate, as there are nearly 340,000 passengers that access the airport per week, and of those 340,000 passengers, only 14,000 passengers use public bus transport. There isn't enough adequate public transportation to the airport, and this is where the Silver Line Expansion Project can truly improve climate. The project is projected to carry nearly 25,000 passengers per week in and out of the airport. This can greatly reduce the amount of CO2 by nearly 500,000 pounds per week. The project can also be said to be resilient, as it is accessible to the public any day of the week and is supplied by power plants distributed across the Northern Virginia region.
In conclusion, Envision can bring awareness to the impact infrastructure has past the economic aspect. With the implementation of Envision, infrastructure across the United States can be designed for the future needs of society and constructed to be more sustainable.